Coming to the mains preparation, आपके पास around 85 days है. So in these 85 days, आपको 4 चीजें करनी है which are going to be most important. This I am telling you from my own experience as well as from the experience of majority of the aspirants that I have mentored. And जब आपको प्रैक्टिस के लिए भी टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है तो रिवीजन तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं, because your notes are not consolidated and you haven't practiced sufficient and you don't get revision, तो आप means clear नहीं कर पाते. In the entire span of your 85 days, there won't be a single day जहाँ पे आप आधा अधूरा करके सो रहे. Good evening guys. So prelims is over and on expected lines, it was very unexpected paper. ठीक है, तो all of you must have experienced it in this heat. इतना random या फिर आप कह सकते हो unconventional paper. I wouldn't say it a completely tough, but unconventional paper and very random paper. But anyway, if you are scoring above 80, the only good thing that you have in this year is you will be getting the answer key. So rather than anxiety, you will be having a clarity very soon. So जैसे UPSC answer key release करेगी, you can check your marks. And if you are getting above 80, अगर in any case 80 cross हो रहा है, you should immediately start your mains preparation. Now coming to the mains preparation, आपके पास around 85 days है. ठीक है, so in these 85 days आपको 4 चीजें करनी है which are going to be most important. ठीक है, so the 4 things that you need to focus upon or that you need to cover in these 85 days is first is the planning, that is making the schedule. आपको पूरा 85 days का प्लान आपको बनाना होगा. Second is content. Content में भी there are 2 things. One, content compilation. You need to find your resources कि आप पढ़ने वाले कहाँ से हो. And second, you need to consolidate your content so that एक ही सब्जेक्ट के या फिर एक ही माइक्रो थीम के आपके पास 2 रिसोर्सेस नहीं है. The third thing is obviously the practice of the mock tests, right, where you will be writing the tests or daily answer writing. And the last is the revisions. So unlike the prelims जहाँ पे आपको 3 या 4 revisions की जरूरत होती है, means even 2 rounds of the revision is sufficient. One last round you can do day before the exam. But the majority of the aspirants, I'm not talking about the beginners, okay, even the veterans who have given 3 or 4 mains, they also face difficulty in managing all these 4 things. Okay, वो कैसे difficulty face करते हैं? If you see the very first aspect of the planning, where you are making your schedule for the 85 days, there you face the major dilemmas. Firstly, with respect to balancing GS and optional, how much time you need to give to the GS और optional को कितना time दे. Second, balancing reading and writing, right? Many of you will feel कि I will first complete my first round of the reading and then I will start writing the answers. ठीक है, बट इसमें होता क्या है, आपकी रीडिंग खत्म ही नहीं होती है. Why? Because you have to read a lot. Apart from your static resources, आपको करंट अफेयर्स कवर करना पड़ता है. तब तक मार्केट में कुछ नया मटेरियल आता है, यू फील टेम्पटेड एंड यू स्टार्ट रीडिंग दैट. ठीक है, सो अल्टीमेटली यू डोंट गेट ओवर दैट रीडिंग फेज इटसेल्फ. और जब रीडिंग ही खत्म नहीं होती तो यू डोंट गेट टाइम फॉर राइटिंग द आंसर्स. एंड थर्ड ऑब्वियसली इज सीक्वेंस इन विच यू हैव टू कवर द सब्जेक्ट्स. सो पहले मैं GS2 से स्टार्ट करूँ, इथिक्स से करूँ, मैं GS1 या फिर हिस्ट्री जो कंप्लीट स्टैटिक है वो कब कवर करूँ. ऑल दीज डिलेमास यू फेस विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द प्लानिंग. सेकेंड, ऑब्वियसली विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द कंटेंट, अनलाइक द प्रीलिम्स जहाँ पे आपके स्टैंडर्ड सोर्सेज फिक्स है, जैसे लक्ष्मीकांत फॉर पॉलिटी, अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो स्टैंडर्ड सोर्सेज से भी क्वेश्चन नहीं आ रहे हैं. बट फॉर मेंस इट्स इवन वर्स, वेयर there are no standard resources. ठीक है, तो there you face the first major issue is the absence of single source. And even if you have your own notes, in that also you face the issue of comprehensiveness, where आप हर एक माइक्रो थीम कवर नहीं कर पाते हो. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई गिव यू the example of emergency. So emergency के even if you have made the notes, कि जैसे standard resources से you can make the notes with respect to the articles related to emergency, article 352, 356, 360. ठीक है, फिर उसके provisions, उसका procedure, everything you can have your notes. But the question that UPSC has asked, कि why there is the decline in the imposition of article 356. अब ये तो आपके नोट्स में होना ही नहीं है, राइट, बिकॉज इट हैज नॉट बीन गिवन इन एनी ऑफ द स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स, बट इट इज अ PYQ, राइट. सो योर नोट्स लैक micro theme coverage and the analytical depth. And the third thing, lack of integration of static and current affairs. And because of that, your notes are not comprehensive. तो आपको continuously read करना पड़ता है, notes update करने पड़ते हैं, राइट. एंड इन्हीं दो फेजेस में आपका 90% ऑफ द टाइम जाता है. दिस आई एम टेलिंग यू फ्रॉम माय ओन एक्सपीरियंस एज वेल एज फ्रॉम द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द एस्पिरेंट्स दैट आई हैव मेंटोर्ड. ठीक है, तो जब आप ये दोनों चीजों में ही मैक्सिमम टाइम देते हो तो आपकी ये दो इंपॉर्टेंट जो चीजें हैं, रिवीजन एंड प्रैक्टिस, both of them gets compromised. Because if you are going with that mindset कि I will first finish my reading and then start answer writing, तो आप अभी से मेंस भूल जाओ. ठीक है, because मेंस is not just the reflection of your knowledge. ठीक है, मेंस is also the reflection of your skill set with respect to the answer writing. ठीक है, there are two major issues that you face. One is the content deficit, कि जहां पे आपके पास उस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन का सफिशिएंट कंटेंट नहीं होता है टू फिल 2 pages और 3 pages. व्हाट यू डू इन सच केसेस. एंड सेकंड इज कंटेंट ओवरलोड. देयर आर फ्यू क्वेश्चंस वेयर यू माइट हैव लॉट ऑफ कंटेंट. लेकिन बोथ द केसेस हाउ टू राइट द आंसर इज द स्किल. यहाँ पे दोनों केसेस में नॉलेज का कोई गेम है ही नहीं, बिकॉज यू इन वन केस यू हैव कंटेंट, इन अनदर यू डोंट. Okay, so it's the skill that you require and that skill can be mastered only with practice. और अगर आप लिखोगे नहीं तो आप कभी भी मेंस नहीं निकालोगे. ठीक है, सो प्रैक्टिस. एंड जब आपको प्रैक्टिस के लिए भी टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है तो रिवीजन तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, बिकॉज योर नोट्स आर नॉट कंसोलिडेटेड एंड यू हैवंट प्रैक्टिस सफिशिएंट एंड यू डोंट गेट रिवीजन, तो आप मेंस क्लियर नहीं कर पाते, राइट. और ये जिन्होंने भी इसके पहले मेंस दिया है who are not able to clear, यही इशू फेस करते हैं 99% ऑफ द एस्पिरेंट्स. ठीक है, सो टू सॉल्व दिस what we have planned this year under the SMASH means is the SMASH PYQ program. So already majority of you have already the idea with respect to the SMASH PYQ, where we had done the live answer writing. So here also, just to solve your 4 major issues, what we have done is we have provided you the integrated plan, right? So the first step that you require, जो हमने यहाँ पे देखा था, which is the planning. ठीक है, so planning works at the 2 level, one macro level and second micro level. ठीक है, micro level means 85 days and micro level means daily. ठीक है, now pay close attention to what plan I am giving. ठीक है, so first we'll talk about the macro planning. Okay, here basically what I have done, or basically what we have done, is we have divided your entire syllabus. Okay, so GS2, GS1, GS4 and GS3 into the micro themes. So अगर आप देखोगे तो पॉलिटी nature and philosophy of the constitution to emergency, then federalism executive. So entire polity is properly subdivided into the micro themes. So what we will be doing is we will be giving you the daily targets. Okay, so this is the 55 days plan, and in this 55 days we are going to make sure that your entire syllabus is getting finished. I'm only talking about the planning part. I'm not talking about the content or practice part yet. That will come later. So as far as planning part is concerned, out of 85 days, I'm giving you the 55 days plan in which you are going to cover your entire syllabus as per the micro theme. So this is your day-wise plan, which will start from 13th of May. First, we will be starting with GS2. Okay, why? Because the maximum of your scoring will be done in GS2 and ethics. ठीक है, आप देखोगे GS2 में बच्चों के 125, 126 आ रहे हैं, ethics में 130, 135 आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, you have never heard many toppers getting 130 in GS1 or getting even crossing 105 in GS3, right? So maximum scoring in दोनों पेपर से आता है, तो we'll be covering these two papers at the beginning. So we'll be starting with GS2. Here, this is your day one plan where we will be covering the philosophy of the constitution to emergency part, right? Then day 2, federalism and executive. Day 3, parliament, local government. Day 4, judiciary and elections. Day 5, constitutional bodies and comparison of the constitution. So on the 5th day itself, you will finish your entire polity. ठीक है, वो कहाँ से पढ़ना है, that I will tell later. But now just understand the schedule. So in 5 days, you will finish your polity. But in any case, suppose नहीं हुआ, तो for that also I have given you one extra buffer day. So अगर आप cover नहीं कर पा रहे, even if you have covered, you get an extra day just to revise and consolidate. अगर नहीं कर पाए तो भी I have given you one extra day to cover the remaining part. Okay. Next, the governance. So day 7, the first e-governance and important aspects of the governance. Day 8, you will do development process and civil society organizations. And day 9, civil services, government policies and interventions on day 9. So in 3 days, you will cover the governance. Okay. Then social justice, you will cover in 2 days. And then IR, you will cover in 2 days. India and its neighborhood, regional groupings, and then global world order and diaspora. And again, after that, I am giving you one extra day. In case you have missed anything, you can cover, or on the day 13 itself, you will be done with your entire GS2. On 14th day, you can attempt your first full-length test of the GS2. तो ये जो अप्रोच रहता है कि फर्स्ट आई विल कंप्लीट द रीडिंग, देन आई विल स्टार्ट राइटिंग द आंसर्स, दैट इज द मोस्ट फ्लॉड assumption or approach followed by the students. Rather, you do this. You finish your paper, you attempt your test. Then, obviously, we will do the ethics. So, for ethics, I have given 11 days. So, it will start from 13th of June and it will end on 23rd of June. So your ethics will be covered in 11 days, which I believe is more than sufficient as far as ethics is concerned. Then we'll shift to the GS3. And for GS3, I have given you 16 days because GS3 is a bit lengthy. Here also, if you see economics and agriculture, I have given you 6 days, which I believe is more than sufficient because polity से तो economics and agriculture X factor छोटा ही है. So 6 days, I believe, is going to be more than sufficient. Then I am giving you 3 days for environment. So day 1, day 2 and day 3. Then 2 days for disaster management, 3 days for internal security. Okay. And last 2 days for science and tech. Okay. So in around 16 days, you will be completing. So by 9th of July, you will be completing your GS3. And then in next 14 days, again, just like GS2, we will be finishing your GS1. So society will be starting. So for society, considering the weightage that you get around 7 to 8 questions, I have given you so around 4 days for society. So expected notes will be of around 80 pages. So 4 days are more than sufficient. Then geography, physical geography, economic geography, location of industries, environmental geography. So that will be 4 days. Modern history, 2 days, because you have to revise just static. Then art and culture, 2 days, and post-independence world history, 1 day. Okay, so with this, because post-independence world history X factor is only of around 70 pages. Even if you give just one entire day, you can finish your the world history and post-independence part. So now that is the planning. So just 1 month before the exam, you are finishing your entire syllabus. So that's the planning part. Okay, the plan for the next 30 days, I will give you after finishing this part. Okay, so this post-independence and world history, I have given 2 days. So on 22nd of July and 23rd of July. So on 23rd of July, you will be completing your entire syllabus. So that is the schedule part. Okay, now I hope all of you have got the clarity. Okay, I hope everyone is clear with respect to the plan. Okay, now comes the second part of this, which is content. Okay, so as far as the content is concerned, you have to rely completely on one single source, and that is the X factor notes. Okay, so these X factor notes are specifically for mains 2026, and this is not, it covers all of the PYQs. So जो भी PYQ में पूछा गया है, it covers the entire PYQs, the answers of it. Second, it covers the static part. Third, it covers the current affairs part as well. Okay, so by analyzing the PYQs, by analyzing the current affairs, we have prepared the X factor notes, and this is the single resource that you will be following for all the subjects except for physical geography. Okay, physical geography X factor we want to be providing. Okay, so यहाँ पे whatever target we have given, so the target all that we have set are also in a way where we are giving you around 35 to 40 pages per day. ठीक है, and ऐसा नहीं है content is very bulky या फिर content is very dense. If you see, content is very neat, very crisp and very precise. ठीक है, so we haven't given you any dense content की जहाँ पे 1 घंटे में आपके 2 ही पेजेस पढ़ के हो जाए. So content also we have tried to keep as crisp as and as precise as possible. Okay, so in 3 hours completing around 30 to 35 pages should be an easier task. And majority of the things you already know. Okay, all you have to do is you have to read it, you have to highlight here itself, and then at the end of the day you can prepare your short notes for that particular topic. Okay, so this is the X factor of polity, which is of about 250 pages. So in 6 days, you can easily finish this. Then this is of governance. So governance around 80 pages. Okay, this also I have given you 3 days. So even not even 30 pages per day. So this also you can easily cover. So based upon the pages also that you have to cover, we have prepared that plan. Okay, so the content part is sorted, where you have to focus only and only on the X factor. Uske beyond you don't need to read anything else. I will just show how we have covered the current affairs as well. So even if you go to this part, even the fundamental rights. Okay, so even in the first chapter, nature and philosophy of the constitution, last year itself you had a question with respect to constitutional morality. Up this year there was only one current affairs which was in news with respect to constitutional morality, that also we have added. So recent news. So during the discussion on 113th Amendment Bill, Home Minister talked about the constitutional morality. So in that context, we have added that news. If you see any other topics, for example, if you have got two questions with respect to Supreme Court judgments on various aspects. You have got question on environment and gender justice. So based upon that, we are expecting the question again. So we have covered that also. Okay. Similarly, the salient features preamble of the Constitution. The major news this year was the debate with respect to the secularism and socialism as part of the preamble, whether they should be removed from the preamble. So that debate also we have covered. Okay, so debate on inclusion on secularism and socialism. Right. So entire static plus current affairs is covered into the X factor. So this is going to be your single source for your entire mains preparation. So जो content part था, that is also sorted. Now comes the most important third part, which is the practice. Right. So practice, again we have divided it into two parts. The first part is daily answer writing and the second is the FLTs. ठीक है, तो जैसे मैंने कहा कि if you get stuck into the reading itself, you don't get time to write the answers. The second aspect of it, if you don't have previous sufficient practice of writing the answer, इससे पहले किया नहीं होगा, then you develop the answer writing inertia and you are never able to write the complete test. Right. So to eliminate that answer writing inertia, what you need to do is you need to start daily answer writing. And that we have integrated into your daily plan. So daily plan, how we have integrated is, if you see this, so ये जो मैंने दिखाया था, so this is not just your daily targets. ठीक है, यहाँ पे you have got 7 questions per day also. ठीक है, on day 1, this is your target of micro theme and these are the 7 questions. Right. What you have to do, or what we will be doing in the Smash PYQ daily answer writing is, you will be reading this particular part from the X factor. You will be highlighting the important parts there itself, and every day in the evening at 7 p.m. you will be having a test. So जो भी आपने part दिन में cover किया है, there will be the test of 7 questions with 1 hour timeline. इसमें there will be 4 10-marker questions and 3 15-marker questions. So on daily basis, you will be writing 7 questions in 1 hour, and then after that, I will be taking a small 1 hour session where I will be discussing the demands of these questions. I will be providing you the structure of this question, and then I will also be giving you the X factor pointers for this micro themes. So on daily basis, I need you to give me 2 hours where in 1 hour you will be writing the answers, and in the next 1 hour you will be self-evaluating your answers and you will be understanding the nuances of the answer writing from me. Okay, so how it will be done? So if you see, on daily basis, you will get this question answer booklet. It will contain the 7 questions. So this is day 1. You will be having a proper question answer booklet. You will be writing your answers here itself. Okay. After that, in the lecture, apart from explaining the dimensions and apart from structuring or brainstorming over the demands and structure and presentation, I will be showing you the handwritten answers. So these handwritten answers are written by me. So here, from this, you will be self-evaluating your own answers. Right, so it's just not the model answer that I will be giving. I will be showing you the actual answer writing. Okay, so every answer I will also write myself and I will be showing you, and you will also be writing in the same format. So we have to do this practice continuously for 55 days. And in this 55 days, we will be solving more than 350 questions, and so you and me both. And then based upon that, we will be doing our self-evaluation, and then based upon that, we will be also consolidating our content. So this is the plan which we will be following under the Smash PYQ daily answer writing. Now coming to the last part, where the planning part. So we discussed about the macro planning. Now with respect to the micro planning, right? So as far as the micro planning is concerned, where your daily schedule, right? So as far as your daily schedule is concerned, here you will be dividing your preparation in the 3 phases: morning, afternoon, evening. Okay, 3 hours each. So in morning you can give 4 hours because of the high energy, 3 hours in the afternoon, 3 hours in the evening. So I am not asking you to study for 15 hours, 16 hours. Okay, for proper scientific mains preparation, all you need is the consistent 10 to 11 hours of the study. That is more than sufficient to clear the mains. Only thing you need is you need to have proper resources, you need to have proper plan, and you need to have proper direction. With that, even with 10 to 11 hours of the studies, you can clear your mains. So morning slot you can give to your optional, right? So here also you give 3 hours for reading, 1 hour for writing. The same philosophy of daily answer writing and daily reading plus writing applies to optional as well. Then the afternoon slot, here you give to the expected, you give 3 hours. And in the evening slot, 1 hour you can give test, 1 hour you will be giving lecture, and last, after the lecture, you will be doing the self-evaluation of your own answers, and then you will be revising your entire content. Whatever you have read throughout the day, you will be revising it and you will go to sleep. Okay, so your day will start with optional and your day will also end with optional. That is the revision of that. Right. So this is what I call as the complete day. In the entire span of your 85 days, there won't be a single day जहां पे आप आधा अधूरा करके सो रहे. You have plan, you are completing your plan on daily basis, and after completion itself you are going to sleep. And imagine the sleep that you will be getting. You won't be having the exam pressure, or you will be having, but compared to others you will be having lesser exam pressure because you have plan ready and you are finishing your daily targets. Right now, same with respect to this daily plan. So this daily plan requires the consistency for entire 85 days, and to maintain that consistency you need an accountability mechanism, right? So that also will be covered in the Smash PYQ daily answer writing. So the accountability basically is you will need daily 4 checks. What are those 4 checks? Whether you have completed your reading, whether you have written your answers, third, whether you have evaluated your answers, and last, whether you have learned anything from it, or whether you have revised your daily readings and daily answers. That is the first 4 checks that you need to have on daily basis. The second is you need to have someone who is asking you the proof of work. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप कर रहे हो but there is no one to take accountability. You need someone who is asking you what you have done throughout the day, and who is asking you the proof of work. And third, it's always better to have a good peer review. Right. So these 3 levels of the accountability mechanisms will be there. And for this, what we have brought is, so the daily accountability mechanism ke liye, what we have brought It's this is the Smash PYQ daily answer writing program. Okay, so for daily checks, right, or daily accountability mechanism, every day, along with the PDF of the question answer booklet and the expector notes, we will be posting the polls. So first part is, have you covered the expector? So if you have read your expector notes or not, and have you made the short notes of it or not, or have you highlighted it or not? So there you have to check. The second, in the leave the comment part, here you can post your PDFs of the notes, so that whenever I get time I can go through it and I can randomly pick and I can give you a call and we can discuss it. The second part is tests. So after every test, once you finish your test or the test timing ends at 8, there the total number of questions that you have attempted, you have to mark. So based upon the poll numbers, you can also get the idea where you stand among the your other friends or competitors or whatever you can say, future colleagues. Okay, the number of questions that you are able to attempt. Then here you will attempt your answers or you will upload your own answers. Okay, third is attendance plus learnings. This is while watching the lecture. Okay, after finishing your test, there will be lecture. So whether you are attending the lecture or you have skipped or left in between. Okay, so those who are inconsistent, कि नहीं मैं lecture करूंगा नहीं, मेरे को जरूरत नहीं है, मैं आइंस्टाइन, or those who leave in between the lecture, कि नहीं मुझे तो आता है, ठीक है. So for them this is the mechanism, and when you will see on daily basis how many of them have attended the lectures. ठीक है, when you see 90% of the aspirants attending the lecture, वो आपके ऊपर it will act as a pressure point कि no, I am not doing it right. ठीक है, so that is your internal accountability mechanism. And last, before going to sleep, you will update whether you have covered the NYQs or whether you have finished your revision or not. Okay, before going to sleep, you will post this or you will vote on this. So every day at 12 p.m. we will upload this poll and you will submit your response and then go to sleep. Imagine the level of the satisfaction or the level of the confidence that you will be having when every day you are posting done. Okay, UPSC is not just about reading or writing. UPSC is also about your psychology and your mindset. Okay, when you have that confidence that you are moving in the right direction, okay, then the productivity will automatically improve. And for that only we have this accountability mechanism set. Right? So this is the total or the exact plan that we have prepared for the Smash PYQ. Now, if with respect to the program details, program will start from 13th of May. So it will cover the last 8 years of the PYQs, 350 plus questions, 250 plus micro themes, right? For all the subjects, you will be getting the expector notes, question answer booklet and handwritten PYQ model answers. Okay. This is the details of the program with respect to the fees. The course fees is 5,900. Okay. Those who enroll into the Smash Mains, it will be the part of the Smash Mains also. You will also get access to the Smash Mains as well.